Howdy partners, this is Ice and C, remember how it said or I'll hate you for it, and I'm bringing you guys a replay sent to me by Jeku Jerry, and he said that this one is going to be quite an interesting match, and it looks like we've got all orcs on the blue team. Over here is going to be Tarkin, a war boss for the orcs. Over here, Claw as the mech boy, and Violent Peace as the commando knob over here. So obviously they're trying to play up a faction style of play, which ought to be quite interesting to watch. Alright, here you see Jeku Jerry as the Eldar Warp Spider Exarch, and he went for Banshees first, which we should see how that goes down with all these orcs out on the field. And his allies are going to be Rapid Thanatos, a Space Marine Force Commander, quite durable, hard to take down, but also quite slow in my opinion. And his other ally is going to be Renesis, a Eldar Warlock. And already you can see that Rapid and Renesis coming up here, doing a lot of good damage to Violent Peace, taking down that commando knob, immediately going down. Some Guardians taking some heavy fire. They're going to have to retreat before they eat too much more damage. All these orcs up here, so dangerous with all that DACA. And you can see these Shooter Boys right here in some deep trouble. They're going to go down. Oh, that hurts to watch. Every time seeing a squad like that go to waste. And you can see right here, Force Commander getting forced off, taking a little bit too much damage, but doing a lot of damage, an incredible amount. And you can see these Tactical Marines right here for Thanatos, picking up their flamethrowers, trying to tell those orcs that they cannot hide no matter where they go, and they will get all burned to itty-bitty pieces. You can see the Warlock, if I could click on him, has his Immolator Blade already, using that ability on those orc boys, absolutely melting through them. They are quite squishy and will die quite quickly if they stay way too long inside of that immolation. And right now we've got a 2-0 for the blue team, so that's going to give them quite a nice little victory point lead. Hopefully, help them build or give them additional time to just kind of sit back and build up. These Guardians over here doing a ton of damage to those Shooter Boys, surprisingly enough, with all these boys here gonna get forced off anyway, and the mech boy is gonna come over here and try to revive that commando knob. What a good friend they are indeed, but that's not gonna happen for a couple of seconds. Those Guardians getting forced off quite a bit. Should have their war gear with the grenades and the fleet and everything, would have definitely helped against these Slugger Boys. Throw a grenade down on them, force them to retreat, or at least buy yourself some more time. You can see right here Renesis getting out a Shuriken Cannon as well as Jeku Jerry. All of the orcs went the exact same build, double Shootos after, well, actually, no, you start with those Slugger Boys. I am sorry. You can see right here Tarkin coming middle, trying to make something happen, capture some requisition, and a 1-to-1 right now, 471, 433. So far this looks like it's going to gear up to be a nice, good, long match, which should be quite exciting. Over here you can see Jeku working down those generators. Does his Warp Spider have any upgrades? No, he does not, but his Guardians do indeed have their battle equipment, giving them fleet, grenades, and the ability to put down those little annoying shields that provide perfect cover. Very frustrating if you play as anything like Space Marines. You can see his Shuriken Cannon getting up right here, but the commando knob using his cloak to great effect and tying up that Shuriken weapon team for a good amount of time. You could see that they also used aiming what's dat on that Shuriken cannon, but not really going to matter unless you can tie it up. And these Tactical Marines losing 2 models. Ow! Yeah, I feel your pain, man, Thanatos. That all of those Marines dying 75 to reinforce a piece, that is quite expensive, though they are quite tough. And successfully coming over here and bashing some generators, blue team completely ignoring Jeku Jerry, and that is quite a mistake. Never should ignore this guy. He will mess you up pretty good. Now we've got the a 1 to zip cap for the red team. Hopefully start recovering those lost victory points. And you could see double shuriken cannon weapon teams for the Eldar player Renesis. A quite dirty play if you ask me. This force commander, he is going to go down. There is no way he's getting out of there. And there he goes. Warp Spider Exarch coming in, trying to avenge his Space Marine friend, but unable to do so. Just doesn't have enough DPS to take out all those boys by himself. And smartly enough, you can see right here, he's got a Shuriken weapon team set up right here, covering this area, though I suspect that it might be better if he tried angling it more this way. It's more likely that the enemy will come from that direction, and he can see them coming right here with the generators if they are going to attempt to flank him. But he's going to back up. Feels like he could probably be doing something better than just holding down one spot, though the orcs ignoring him entirely over that area is quite a mistake. These double Shuriken Cannon weapons teams definitely making everything worth it. You can see there's Now I'm Angry with the angry bits getting caught on the terrain and goes down. Warboss went down, taking a face full of Shuriken Cannon fire. And now these boys are going to get suppressed and take a lot of damage. They need to get out of there. And it loses just a single model. Not too bad. Orcs are fairly cheap units to reinforce. Triple Guardians. Do they have any upgrades? No, and I feel like that's kind of a mistake, but these double Shrieking Cannon teams definitely paying off for themselves already. You can see that he's got one in here, Garrison, and this is not Elite mod, by the way. You cannot use your Burna Boys' Burn That House Down, because they do not have it in retail. Right now, and now you can see Red Team pulling ahead in the VP, doing quite well. These scouts are getting shot up. They need to get out of there. Will they be able to? Yes. He's not focusing them down with those Slugger Boys. Quite lucky. And these Assault Marines walking right past those Slugger Boys saying, we've got power armor, we don't care. But the Orc Boys said, wah, and are now cutting them down. Will they get away without a model loss? They will. Quite lucky. Those guys are even more expensive to reinforce than usual. Banshee's getting quite a lot of damage in, and they've got their Exarch and their Aspect of the Banshee, which gives them the heavy melee. And you can see right here, Wraithguard out here on the field. They've got their Warlock leader, allowing them to move quite fast, and are going to be doing a ton of damage. Orcs really not getting a good start here. Getting out some war trucks, and that is a huge mistake. A Falcon out here on the field for Renesis has quite a beefy army. And I'm not exactly sure why Thanatos went for a second scout squad. It's quite strange. And they are sitting here, kind of not really doing anything. Yes, he is not doing anything right now, which is quite unfortunate. And those Wraithguard instantly paying for themselves, taking out that war truck willy-nilly. And you can see again, more war trucks. This is quite a mistake. You know why? I don't understand. And you can see right here that the Warp Spider geez, I have no idea what that was. Probably a global ability. I do not play Eldar, so forgive me. Again, the Warboss trying to use Now I'm Angry, getting stuck, just not doing anything. And not really paying for himself here. We got some assault marines still without their sergeant, but Rapid Thanatos breaking out a dreadnought. This is going to be quite a dangerous tool to have out on the field. Assault marine goes down almost instantaneously, and that's going to be quite expensive to reinforce. Again, not really being cost efficient with his units, which is kind of unfortunate. But the Falcon out here on the field, these Guardians all have their war gear now, and they are going to be able to drop grenades, use fleet, and reinforce straight out of those things whenever they feel like it. War trucks coming in, dropping off all those boys, but a anti-grav grenade thrown down by the Warp Spider Exarch, keeping those boys from doing any significant damage whatsoever, and these Wraith Guard just have no clue what they want to do right now. And it looks like they lost their, oh no, these aren't the same ones. Oh, wait, well, uh-oh. One Wraith Guard goes down, which is quite unfortunate. I think those guys are really expensive to reinforce. They are quite slow-moving. You can see that Falcon chasing down that war truck, doing a ton of damage. It does do fairly good damage. Oh no, Jakku, did you just lose your, yes he did. He lost his Wraith Guard. That has got to hurt. Feels bad, man, all the time. I know that feel, bro, and that's usually how I feel whenever I have Terminators. You can see Tank Busters out here on the field will be able to deal with this Falcon quite easily if it does not get out of there and start avoiding the damage that is coming towards it. Unfortunately, still not really getting out of there, but now you can see the Banshees coming out onto the field. They are cheesing it towards those guys, and they're going to be doing quite a lot of damage. Getting suppressed by aiming what's dat on those Banshees. Stick bombers, throwing some stick bombs, and down goes a mech boy. Had the, I think, beamy death gun, if I'm not mistaken. Dreadnought coming out here, trying to do some damage, but is way too slow and is mistargeting, apparently. Not really sure what he's doing. But so far, everyone's doing, this is an excellent game. Jakku, level 6 Warp Spider Exarch. That is insane. Using him to great effect and kitting him out to the balls. This Dreadnought, taking a lot of damage, needs to get out of there before he ends up eating it. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get out of there in time. Support from the Eldar coming up to prevent this orc blob from taking out that Dreadnought. Quite good move. And you can see over here that now the orcs have stolen that power generator. And the orcs have been quite behind in the power race because of the excellent harass done by the red team. Those assault marines are going to take a lot of damage. Going to probably get out of there just fine. Yeah, they're going to be A-okay. Nothing in their retreat path. There goes the War Boss using his big stomp and beating the crap out of those Guardians. He's got his Bang Bang Hammer, which is quite good against infantry. And you can see that these Banshees, ooh, 8 HP, and they barely just get out of there. Quite lucky for Jakku not to lose those. You could see here this Dreadnought is coming out here, and he's got his assault cannon. However, this is going to be quite a big mistake. He has very, very little health, and that's strange. Well, if he could have chased it down possibly with his Slugga Boys. They've got power weapons, which would do a decent amount of damage to it. And perhaps kill it. Is this Dreadnought going to go down? I don't think it could possibly get away. Not with that Knob Leader. Oh! And Jakku comes in to save the day with a anti-gravity grenade. And here comes an Autarch. Oh! God, that was hard to watch. Quite an excellent play, I must say, Jeku. You are a beast. Well done. Over here you can see, oh god, 113 points left to 394. This is not looking good for the Orcs at all. I feel like the choice of units that they had, the war trucks, was quite a big mistake against what they were facing. Assault Marines jumping in on these shooter boys. And they're going to get chewed to bits. Surprisingly, still no sergeant for this group. And those shooter boys go down. That is very misfortunate. Not good at all. Tons of shooter boys coming up here, ready to lay the Daka onto these Eldar units. Will they be able to do enough damage to force this back, or will they eat it? It looks like they're going to eat it. A Falcon out here, not a Falcon, double fire prisms out here on the field. How did I miss that? Now the Orcs are in some serious problems, or serious trouble. You can see Tarkin saying, Jesus. He's got double tank busters, which will be quite good to deal with these fire prisms. Tank busters being one of the most powerful anti-vehicle units in the game, if not the most powerful in my opinion. However, with the splash damage that these fire prisms do, they will not go down without a fight. And you can see that Violent Peace breaking out some knobs. I'm not sure if this is a good choice or not with those fire prisms out here on the field. The splash damage will just knock those knobs all over the place and prevent them from getting anywhere near close, these guys, which will be quite infuriating for the Orcs. The Guardians over here taking out more generators, and this is just the Orcs are just not holding on to any of their resources really well, and I think that's really what their downfall was in this match. Right here, 394 to 50 points. And this is going to be over here in just a couple of seconds, I feel like. Looted tank out on the field, however, that is going to just be fire prism bait. Jeku breaking out a fire prism of his own, going to do quite a lot of damage. You can see that those warp spiders coming in, using their grenade to disable that looted tank, does a little bit of damage, but doesn't do a whole lot. The whole gimmick of it is to nullify. And you can see right here, it is going to be an Eldritch Storm. That is a dead looted tank, and almost lost another 2 squads. You can see right here that that unit over, I don't even know which one that is. That's a tank buster, getting absolutely owned. And this game is over in 9 seconds. Count it, people. An excellent match, if I must say so myself. And yeah, that's it for the game, guys. It was fairly short, I must admit. Now, I didn't want to spoil anything before the match actually, you know, finished, but when I was sent this replay, this actually was their Space Marine player had actually left the match, and so Jeku and Renesas actually won this pretty much by themselves with a computer player, which kudos to them. It is not easy to win a match with a computer player that basically plays like the most standard crap ever. They're not quite that good. And an excellent match overall. Renesas and Jeku playing awesomely. Jeku playing a little bit more passively than I'm used to seeing him. He uses very small amounts of squads, but the way he uses them is quite excellent. So if, you know, you take anything from this match, it is not always a who has the more units match. how you use your units effectively. And by God, did he use his units effectively. Renessus using his units quite excellent as well, using double fire prisms and having that falcon early on especially really did help quite a bit. Those double shuriken cannons absolutely wrecking those orc boys, keeping them from really being able to use their superior numbers and blobs to take out everything, suppressing them and doing quite a lot of damage. So now that that's over, guys, I'd like to also talk to you guys about a couple of things, just real quick. Yes, I have been gone for quite some time, and the reason for that is I actually just got married, and we went on our honeymoon for 4 or 5 days. And after that, I caught a antibiotic resistant infection, so I had been feeling quite crappy for some time. I had been sick for like 2 weeks, and just hadn't really been feeling well and whatnot. But anyway, after all that stuff's over, and I'm fine, I'm doing good now. So you should be expecting a lot more replays from me. Also, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. I know it's late, but I didn't do anything for those days, and I'd like to wish you guys Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yeah, also, I am doing Elite Mod now. I will be doing some recordings of that. I've been having to practice quite a bit because the game is completely foreign to me now. There have been so many changes that I got in there, and I was playing a lot worse than I do in retail, and you guys have seen my videos. I'm not horrible, but in the Elite mod, I am kind of horrible. I did get to play with some players like Eye of Horus and Dark Riku, and they all beat the living snot out of me, but I did learn quite a bit from there, by the way. Dark Riku, a very cool guy. If you ever get the chance to talk to him or meet him and everything, he's a really neat guy. He also very good for teaching you how to play the game. So if you've got any Elite Mod replays or something, you want to send me some Elite Mod replays, I will have my email down below. You can email it to me, and I will be sure to do a commentary over it, and would definitely appreciate it. Also, you could still send me some retail replays if you would like to. Just make sure that you mention whether or not it is for the Elite mod or for the retail, so I know which program to open up so I can record that. And also, I will be doing some recordings of me playing Elite mod, more or less learning Elite mod as Space Marines and some other races probably later on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you guys would like to leave a comment, ask me anything, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I will do my best to reply to it. However, the new YouTube what's it called thing does not tell me whenever I've got a comment on a video or a reply or anything like that. It's really stupid. It's broken. I hate it. I want YouTube to go back to its original ways, but that's probably not going to happen. So if you love the video, go ahead and subscribe. There will be plenty more videos to come, and that's pretty much all I gotta say, guys. This is Ice and C. Remember how it's said, or I'll hate you for it, and I'll catch you partners later.